Hi everyone, my name is Sunny Washington and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Ardusat. Our name is a funny company name. It's a mashup of the word Arduino, if you've heard of open microcontrollers, and then also satellites because of our connection to space. So essentially, we're an open learning platform for STEM education to get more students engaged in science and technology, engineering, and math. And the problem that we face here, just in the United States, is pretty huge. You know, ranking 27th in math and science. I don't think there's a day that goes by where we're not concerned about more kids getting interested in STEM. And if you've ever tried to hire an engineer, you know how difficult it is to find great talent. But the root cause of it is there's a lot of teachers that actually don't feel like they have the skills or even the tools to teach science, and we want to make that easy for them so that we can get more students pursuing STEM careers. When we looked at the market, the smallest market is actually in education, where it's a $1.1 billion market for science tools. But when you look at the growth of what's happening in STEM toys and that whole movement, Gartner says in 2015 there was 20 million units STEM toys sold, and they anticipate that growing over, I think it's 420 million by 2020. So it's a growing market. And we're also seeing corporations spending, investing about $350 million or $1 billion into STEM because they are facing the problems that we all face when we try to hire people, and that's getting engineers. So what we provide is engaging experiments from hands-on to space, or from classroom to space. And what I'm holding in here is this tiny microcontroller, or tiny board right here. This has got 10 sensors on it, and this is our sensor board, and that actually flies in space as well. So we partner with a group called Spire Global out of San Francisco, and they've built and launched over 20 satellites, and on every single one of their satellites, our sensors sit on that. So we provide this in our kits so students can run novel experiments in the classroom, high altitude balloons, and then also run an experiment in space. With that, we also provide a platform of content, and that allows them to connect directly to the sensors, get live data readings, build different experiments, and then for teachers, we also have the tools for them to go in and edit and personalize it and make it their own if they want. So how we make money is we sell kits. Hands-on kits is typically for a school, it's $2,000. And then we also sell an annual license to our platform. With that annual license, it also includes classroom management tools and the things that they would need to easily execute in the classroom. Number one, my experience in working with education has been, your teachers can be your biggest barrier or biggest champion. And we recognize that, introducing kits and introducing new way to teach science can seem somewhat of a barrier. So we focus a lot of our attention to make those tools easy so that they can easily do it. And then as far as our ultimate strategy is, our eHub is our platform, which is in the center there, but we also have the ability to produce other kinds of kits. So we have our space exams, our space experiments, we have balloons, we have maker kits, and kind of all these things that are now being introduced into the classroom, all centralized around our platform for them to have content and different resources that they can use. In the U.S., we have a direct sales strategy. So I have a couple of people that sell direct to schools and school districts. We also have an online store and sell to teachers as well. But interestingly enough, we've actually shipped our product to 30 different countries. So there's incredible interest. STEM is not just important in the U.S. It's actually a phenomenon that's happening everywhere in the world. And so we've shipped our product. And outside of the U.S., there's 97% of our K-12 students actually live outside the U.S. So we think there's a huge market potential. So we've actually set up distribution channels in the Middle East and are also establishing that in China and Hong Kong, where they're already very interested in STEM, and those are countries where they're willing to pay top dollar to provide great tools for their students. So just a little bit about us. We've raised about $2 million through 2 rounds, and we have 7 full-time employees. We've done about $600K in bookings with about 250 customers right now. And my team, my background is in education technology. So I worked for a company called Certiport, where we built certification exams through Microsoft Adobe Digital Literacy. And then I was also an early employee at Instructure. I left just right before the IPO to build Ardusat because I was really passionate about getting back into the startup scene again. My co-founder Kevin Coco is our CIO, and he's also spent a bunch of years in education as well as a very well-versed team that they're coming from Instructure or even straight from the classroom that has helped build the products. Some of the partnerships that we have, we recently won a 3-year contract with UC Berkeley, and they're doing a study working with our products and bringing our program to students with disadvantaged backgrounds and also students of color to see if we can make an impact on the way that they pursue science. We know that those are the populations that are not receiving all the tools, and so we want to make that readily available for them. We also work with a group called the Association of Space Explorers. It's a group of 400 astronauts that have flown in space, and they sponsor schools for us and through a grant program. So we run an annual competition to get teachers to submit experiment ideas that they can do in space. And then we're also the exclusive education partner for Spire, which is our satellite partner. So they build and launch all the satellites, so we get all the benefit of access to space without actually the cost of building and sending things to space. In terms of our investments and advisors, so we have Royal Street Ventures that's leading our round right now. We've also received investment from Space Florida, Fresco Capital, and New School Ventures, and we have a great team of support and mentors around us building the team. And as probably most companies presenting, we're also raising money, so feel free to reach out if you have any questions or would like to learn more. Thank you.